Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beulah Thomas. This video is a glimpse into one of my recent weekends. As a working mom of two, I value the weekend a lot to reset, relax, and prep for the new week ahead. So I really hope you find a bit of inspiration as you prepare for a brand new week. While ordering takeaways or eating outside might be many people's preference over the weekend, I do love cooking meals that our kids love, or I love cooking our family favorites over the weekend. I do enjoy eating out with our friends, but I do also love cooking because it helps me to unwind from a busy and crazy week usually. So as a family, we do pop out during the weekend to try out new restaurants or cafes, but nothing beats a home cooked meal. I'm not sure how many of you would agree with me on that. So to bring in this weekend, I decided to make our kids' favorite and serve it Kiwi style. So I'm going to make some butter chicken and serve it over fries. It's a bit of an odd combination, but I wanted to give it a try. When our kids were really young, the childcare that they used to go to used to make butter chicken, and they used to use these Maggi sachets, and that actually happens to be their all-time favorite, even though it's been years since they left childcare. So I decided to cook the butter chicken that way this particular night. And so what I pretty much did was chop up chicken thighs, and then I marinated it with that butter chicken seasoning. I think they say to do it for about 6 to 8 minutes. Then I prepped the onions. I did hand chop it, but I decided to blitz it in this little chopper so it's a bit more fine for our cooking. The instructions on this packet are really easy to follow, so if you do use this method of cooking, you definitely won't mess it up. And the flavor actually is pretty similar to butter chicken, and the kids definitely love it because it's not spicy, but at the same time it's not too sweet, and also it doesn't have a ton of food coloring like when you get butter chicken in the mall, especially, or some restaurants. They tend to put a lot of orange red food coloring that your fingers are orangey. It's sort of like you've put henna or something like that. So if you've been following along, so you pretty much saute the chicken first, then you add the diced onion, and then you cook that up a little bit before you move on to the next step. So it doesn't take a whole lot of time in the kitchen if you're planning to make this. It's a really easy way to cook some butter chicken. So unlike India or the Middle East, where it is quite common to have a house help to help with cooking or chores, here a lot of the work is on us. So usually on Wednesday I have a weekend, and if I don't have social activities over the weekend, it's easier for me to get all the house tasks done. But if I do have a busy weekend, then I tend to divide up everything I need to do between Thursday evening, Friday evening, and Saturday. On Sundays, it is our day to go to church in the morning, and then for myself, I keep 0 to minimal household chores. So along with the butter chicken, I decided to make some peas pulao. It's a really simple but flavorful dish to go with the butter chicken. Of course, we're going to have the butter chicken served over fries, and so I decided to cook up some fries, just a packet of frozen fries, which you can chuck in the air fryer and then cook it for a few minutes, and it's good to go. So I just spritzed it up with some olive oil, and then I chucked it in the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can use your oven, or you can fry it up, but frying with oil is not as healthy, so definitely try the no oil option. So if you're a mom like me, working full-time, raising 2 kids or maybe more than 2 kids, and you don't have family living in the city, or maybe you don't have family support even in the country like us. My advice to you as a parent of 12 years now is to divide and conquer. So by planning my weekend out from a Wednesday, it means that I divide up all of my tasks over a few days. I'm not cramming in all of it on Saturday and then Sunday, giving me zero time to just sort of sit down and relax or sleep and all of that. So I try to divide it, and that way I actually enjoy doing my household chores. I enjoy cooking for my family too. So we poured the butter chicken on the fries, and the kids were really excited to eat dinner. So we've had that. We had some, peas pulao, some butter chicken. I also cooked up some rotis, like roti canai, and we ate that together, and the kids enjoyed their dinner. And it was just really great to sit around as a family and have a meal together and begin the weekend. So while I do get to the gym during the week, I've also started getting to the gym on Saturday. So that's what you'll find me doing most Saturdays at 7 a.m. And our son and husband head out for cricket. But our daughter, who is going to be 12 next month, loves making her breakfast on Saturday. And she gets quite creative with what she's going to make, and tends to record it herself for, I'm not sure for what, but she does record all of the stuff that she does. So once she was done, then it was my turn. So for breakfast, I decided to make some za'atar eggs. And I had bought some pita bread in our grocery shopping. And I also must say, one of my keys to surviving a busy week and the chaos of raising a family is to do online grocery shopping. I use the click and collect option, and I have the groceries ready for me on a Friday, so I pick it up. So even before the weekend begins, we've got the groceries and I get that organized. So it's really easy for me to cook for our family or to host friends over the weekend and plan our meals for the upcoming weekend. So I pretty much cook the eggs and sprinkle za'atar on it. Now you can toast your pita bread, but what I like to do is to warm the pita bread. So I just put it on top of the eggs for just about a minute or so. Take it out and it'll be nice and steaming hot and soft. And then I just put the eggs on top of the pita bread, and then it's ready for me. I also made a cup of coffee to go with it, and I got to enjoy my breakfast in silence this morning. So one of my goals for this year is to do the 365-day Bible readings. So I've been trying to stay consistent with that. And then when you are working full-time and being a mom and all of that, it can be a bit challenging. But I just want to tell you that if you're trying to stick to a habit, keep going at it. So I do that while I'm eating my breakfast. And then, of course, I glance through my planner just to review what's coming up over the weekend. Like a lot of you, my weekend does include laundry, like a whole lot of laundry. And to make my life easier, what I do is I just divide this whole task up. So, for example, on a Friday evening, I soak the white uniform shirts or anything which is delicate in some soapy water, so it's ready for me on Saturday. And then of course I get through all the laundry. As you can see, we've got a lot of laundry baskets, and what I also do is I fold straight away, and then I take it upstairs and I put everything away so that our family is not pulling out clothes that they need from the laundry basket for the whole week. One of my tasks once the kids are in bed, usually on a Saturday night, is to also iron the school uniform or any of my tops. I know my husband does say I don't iron his clothes, but you know what? He's got time, so he can do his. And so I iron all of the clothes, so the uniform is ready for Monday. So I get all of these tasks away, again, not on a Sunday night. I try to do it on a Saturday. If I can't, because we're out and about, Sunday afternoon works perfectly well for me, and I get it done so it's ready for my daughter to grab her uniform on Monday. And another great task is vacuuming, and I make sure our house is vacuumed. Now, the reason why I do this is because I want to provide a safe and healthy space for my kids, my family to grow in so that they don't get, sick because of the dust or the mold. So I really enjoy having a clean home. One of the tasks that I wanted to tackle this particular weekend was to clear out my fridge and give it a good wipe down. And so what I did was empty out row after row, and then I filled my sink up with soapy water and I chucked the trays in there. While that was soaking, I just used a microfiber cloth and wipe down the shelves here and some of the sauce or food particles that were stuck in it. I'm really good at making sure the stuff that I do have in the fridge and freezer is up to date and it's not expired. Anyways, I wanted to show you this little cheese box that I have. I got this box from Kmart and I chuck all the different types of cheeses that we have, like cheese sticks for the lunch box, cheese slices for sandwiches or burgers, and of course the cheese block. If I have shredded cheese, I also chuck it in here, and it's a great way to have all the cheese in one particular space, and it's easily accessible by the kids as well. I know some people tend to put off cleaning the fridge to once a year, but by just taking a little bit of time, it didn't take a whole lot of time to kind of go through every shelf, give it a good wipe down. Sometimes if I'm doing a deep clean, I take the entire thing out, but I didn't do it today. Just a quick wipe down and a reshuffle in the fridge. As the weekend comes to an end, on a Sunday evening, I tend to prep our breakfast, particularly for Monday and Tuesday, as I find the first couple of days of the week quite busy. And this particular weekend, I made some chia pudding. It's definitely my favorite. You'll always find chia seeds in my pantry. So all you need is just a couple of tablespoons or 2.5 tablespoons of chia seeds, depending on the size of your jar. So I'm just reusing actually a couple of glass bottles that used to hold jam in it. And we like to use oat milk, but you can use any type of milk. And then you just pour it into the chia seeds, and then you give it a good mix so that it'll sort of like plump up. And you don't have to do this overnight, but of course I do it overnight so it's nice and ready for me in the morning. And then I make sure I take some fruit with me to work, so bananas, or if it's summertime, you got peaches or plums, cherries. And I also take some seeds. I have a little box where I put some flax seeds, sunflower seeds, maybe even hemp seeds, depending on the day. And my chia puddings make the perfect breakfast on a busy day. So I stick this in the fridge and it's ready for me in the morning. The other thing that I do every Sunday night, pretty much every single night actually, is to put out the lunch box for my kids. So it's ready. I do pack half of it or 75% of it every single night. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like and drop me a comment below. I'll see you all next week with a brand new video. Bye everybody.